Alright, in this video what I'm going to show you guys is how to, within Gmail, to set up what they call as filters. So basically you can set up folders where instead of you having to, if an email comes from somebody and you always put it in a certain folder, it always goes to a client follow-up or a miscellaneous email, you can set it up to where Gmail automatically does it for you. So if I get an email from somebody, then I know that this goes to this folder. I can set up a filter that says, okay, when it comes in, move it there so I don't have to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So I'm just going to go back to my inbox here, just the starting position of Gmail. And then what they have up here is this thing called Create a Filter. It's right up on top in the middle. So click on that. And now basically you have a couple of options. So you can say, okay, if the email comes from so-and-so, that's what the rule, I want to make the rule or the filter to say, okay, if it comes from him, then let's take the next step and then I'll tell you what to do with it. Or if I send it to somebody, or the subject. So if the subject is includes the word property, and that's where you can kind of use these things right here, has the words. So if somebody's requesting property info or something along those lines, those are probably going to be must follow up emails. So you can set those to automatically go into your follow-up email box. So let's just use this for instance. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm going to say anytime I get an email from Calvin Mergen, which would be me, but let's just say it's not myself on this email here. I'm going to say if I get something from him, I want to do something to his email. So then I click on next step here. And then what it does is it shows me all the prior emails that I've got from him. Basically saying, okay, if this rule was in place prior to me getting all these emails, we would have done this to these emails. So basically what I'm going to say is, okay, if I get an email from Calvin Mergen, I've got a couple options. I can skip the inbox. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want it still to come to my inbox so I don't somehow miss it, because my inbox is obviously something I check regularly. But I've got the option to label it. I'm going to put that right into my follow-up email. So if there's somebody that you get email from that you know every time you get something from him you got to do some follow-up on, you can always put it into the follow-up email category. So I'll click that. I'm going to leave everything else alone. I have an option to mark it as read. I got an option to star it. I've got an option to forward it. I've got an option to delete it automatically, or never send it to spam. So if you're getting some emails that go to spam, here's an option for you. You could say, okay, if it does come from so-and-so, don't put it to spam. So I will sit here and I will click on create a filter, and basically, and it says loading and it says good to go. So now any future emails from him, from Calvin Mergen, will go into my must follow up email box. It will also go to my inbox, but it will go in here as well. So that is a quick way to set up a filter, and I will also create a video for showing you how to do this within Outlook. In Outlook they call it something different. They call it creating a rule. So okay, here's the rule. If an email comes from so-and-so, do this. So you can set that up within Gmail so you don't have to take those extra steps of moving emails around. So that's the video. Again, check out the rest, and I will talk to you guys later.